Between June 23 and June 29, 2025, the United States recorded 250 separate shooting incidents. In that span, 236 victims were killed and 70 more were injured. Police also reported 50 suspects killed, 5 suspects injured, and 98 arrests. The highest number of victim deaths came from Texas, Ohio, California, and North Carolina, each reporting more than a dozen fatalities. Texas alone accounted for 17 killed. At the other end, several states, including Nebraska, reported just a single fatality or none at all. Here are the 10 deadliest incidents from that week, ranked by total number of people killed. Number 10, North Little Rock, Arkansas. Late Sunday night, officers responded to a gunshot reported on Prairie View Drive. Inside the residence, they discovered 2 men suffering from gunshot wounds, 36-year-old Timothy Gooden and his 24-year-old cousin, Darius Tyler. Both were pronounced dead at the scene from single-inflicted wounds. Neighbors told reporters they heard only one shot prior to law enforcement entering, suggesting the incident was swift and potentially private. Investigators believe this was a murder-suicide. Tyler allegedly shot Gooden, then turned the weapon on himself. As of now, authorities have said the motive remains unclear and no additional suspects are being sought. Number 9, West Allis, Wisconsin. Police in West Allis responded to a shooting call at an apartment near 91st and Orchard during the evening hours. Upon arrival, officers found a 71-year-old man had been shot dead inside the home and a 71-year-old woman wounded in the hallway. The suspect, a 72-year-old neighbor, was still armed and refused multiple commands to drop his weapon. A single shot was fired by officers and the suspect was killed.
The individual was given commands to drop the weapon, which he did not do. Officers of the department shot at the individual, striking him. That individual, who is approximately 72 years of age, is deceased on the scene.
Investigators say the suspect had already killed the man and wounded the woman before police arrived. The surviving victim is in stable condition. Detectives are treating this as a domestic dispute turned deadly. Number 8, Starkville, Mississippi. In rural Octobeha County, during a late-night party on Kincaid Road, 2 young men were gunned down around 2:30 a.m. The victims, 21-year-old Jordan Mitchell and 18-year-old Caden Evans, were found with multiple gunshot wounds and later died at a local hospital. Authorities say a domestic dispute may have escalated violently inside the house. 2 brothers, 34-year-old Travis Chandler and 27-year-old Devin Chandler, surrendered to police the next day and have been charged with murder. Though the investigation is ongoing, officials said evidence points to a targeted altercation rather than a random shooting. Number 7, Maple Heights, Ohio. On a Tuesday evening, officers were dispatched to a residence on Rockside Road after a welfare check was requested. Inside, they found 54-year-old Derek Maynard and 57-year-old Pauline Lucky, both deceased. Lucky had a single gunshot wound to the chest, while Maynard suffered a self-inflicted wound to the head. The medical examiner's report and initial findings point to a murder-suicide. Both victims had lived together, though the couple's relationship history remains under review. Detectives are investigating whether this was a premeditated domestic incident. Number 6, Cornville, Arizona. Deputies in Yavapai County received a distressing call from a 73-year-old man who claimed to have shot his 82-year-old wife and intended to kill himself next. SWAT teams were dispatched to the rural Cornville residence, where inside they discovered both individuals had died from gunshot wounds. Authorities confirmed the man used his household firearm and cited ongoing health concerns in the 911 call. First responders emphasized the age and isolation of the couple as contributing factors, painting a picture of a tragic end rooted in despair. No charges will be filed. Number 5, Atlanta, Georgia. A weekend gathering in Atlanta's Cohen Park turned violent when an uninvited guest opened fire during a fraternity picnic. According to police and witness accounts, 23-year-old Justin Minity arrived unexpectedly and became involved in an argument with some attendees. During the altercation, he pulled a gun and fatally shot 30-year-old Michael Pearson in the head. Other individuals at the scene returned fire, striking Minity multiple times. He was transported to the hospital, but later died from his injuries. 2 women, ages 30 and 20, were also wounded and transported in stable condition. The shooting occurred just after 8 p.m. on Saturday, June 28th. Authorities have yet to clarify what led up to the altercation, but the case remains under investigation. Number 4. Indianapolis, Indiana. A targeted attack outside the Carriage House Apartments left 2 men dead and 1 wounded in Indianapolis. Victim Kenneth Lyles, 31, was sitting in his SUV across from the complex when assailants opened fire, killing him instantly. His girlfriend was seriously injured but is expected to survive. In the chaos, one suspect, 27-year-old Johnny Talley, was wounded by return fire and later died. 2 additional suspects, Marquis Craig and Zay McDaniels, led police on a chase and were apprehended. Police believe the attack came from a planned robbery or personal dispute, and surveillance video captured the moment the suspects approached with weapons. Number 3. Garner, North Carolina. Tragedy struck a single-family home in Garner when the bodies of 15-year-old River Collins, 13-year-old Jet Collins, and their father were found inside a burnt residence. Their mother, Kareth McDowell, survived after barricading herself in another room and called 911. Deputies earlier that week had responded to the home amid domestic violence concerns. Investigators believe the father shot his sons, set fire to the house, and then took his own life. The community has since come together in grief, holding vigils to remember the boys and seek justice.
From school to a Garner swim team to their own musical brotherhood. The loss of 2 brothers, 15-year-old River and 13-year-old Jet Collins, continues to devastate their community. Their bond shown on this YouTube channel as they performed for the camera the best way they knew how.
Number 2. Boynton Beach, Florida. In Boynton Beach, a dual homicide shocked this normally quiet community. Victims Celicia Nareka and Freddie Badazzi, both 63, were found shot inside a home on Southwest 17th Street. Investigators say the suspect, 24-year-old Juno Daniels, a man known to the victims, fled the scene. He was found days later near the Delray Beach train tracks with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, confirming his death by suicide. Police have released little about motive, but confirmed Daniels knew the victims and possibly lived with them. The tragedy has left neighbors asking how well we really know those closest to us. Number 1. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. One of the deadliest incidents of the week occurred during what should have been a routine brush fire response. Battalion Chiefs Frank Harwood, 42, and John Morrison, 52, were ambushed and killed while fighting a fire in Coeur d'Alene. Another firefighter, David Teisdall, was critically wounded but is expected to survive following surgeries. The shooter, a 20-year-old man, was identified and later found dead after a standoff with authorities. Law enforcement described the event as a carefully planned ambush, leaving many unanswered questions about motive. That was 10 of 250 shootings that took place between June 23rd and June 29th. For many, these are already a distant memory, and most will never hear about them. Each one left behind bloodstains, bullet casings, and people who'll never be the same. That was just this week. Next week's already writing itself, and we'll be here to cover it. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.